Hello, and welcome to Shattered Lands. We are an indie D&D actual play podcast set in a homebrew world created by the DM City. Together, we all venture into a post-apocalyptic, no-magic world. The party consists of 5 adventurers. Doc Maisie, the sassy, no-nonsense human patcher played by West. Kieran Ashleen, the haunted human rogue with a checkered past, played by Jeff. Shivers Halflight, an amnesiac hobgoblin fighter, played by Jenny. Jasminder Sitjani, the charismatic and beautiful Air Genasi monk, played by Kiani, and Joran Bonebreaker Telrath, a dragonborn ranger, played by Nick. If you like what you hear, be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram and Twitter for new episodes and exclusive snippets, including extra lore, character information, and more. Now, without further ado, let's get this party started. To kind of fill in a few details, yes, you went up against the Dire Coyotes and the Demon. You guys fought pretty well, all things considered. You guys defeated them handily, and afterwards saw to your wounds. You were informed that you would be meeting with Victory, and we kind of ended the session as you guys went to rest that first night in the cell. Unfortunately, denied any further nicer accommodations until you could speak with Victory the following day. So we go ahead and open the session as you guys are waking up in the morning. There's not huge windows, but you can see there are kind of thin, kind of like cracks where some sunlight is able to kind of come through, and you kind of get the sense that the day is yours.
Because he doesn't sleep well, Kieran would wake up probably like an hour or so before anybody gets to the cell. Could he try to get the guards' attention? I forget what their name was, the dwarven woman?
Yes,
Cal?
Cal.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Cal?
Cal?
Yes.
Yeah, you would try to get Cal's attention.
Cal.
Real quick though, can I roll to have woken up before Kieran?
Roll.
Or can I just say that I woke up before Kieran?
Can we roll initiative, see who woke up first?
Roll to see who woke up first.
Sure, yeah.
Kieran has the alert.
As an added note, you guys did discover the drug that Shivers had been using and abusing was called cane. Drug,
That's one of the bad ones.
A drug distilled from cactus juice, and it is common among bandits. It is both a stimulant and a hallucinogenic. So
Definitely one of the bad ones.
Damn,
Kieran,
stimulant, his ass was lifting fridges.
yeah,
Ow!
he was Newman for hours. But
Kieran rolled a 19.
Kieran is
rolled a 14, and I don't know what. Maisie rolled 2. She rolled a 7.
Maisie just wants to be included.
yeah, no, Kieran, you're up first.
Yeah, you would try to get Cal's attention quietly.
Cal has swapped out of guard duty for the night. She's kind of swapped out for the morning shift, a different guard. You can see a partially elven man kind of comes over to the bars as you kind of motion for them to come over. Yes?
Hey, what's your name?
Short name would, I guess, be, Syl.
So, my friend, she's not used to shit like this. You get a basin of water and some, like, clean-ish. I know there's nothing clean here, but clean-ish towels.
He kind of looks around and, there's not really anything besides, like a keg used for fresh water. I don't know, but once you guys are awake, I was given the orders to take you up to Victory's. You guys will have a chance to clean up.
Alright. I'm trying to do something nice for somebody that's been way too kind for me, but I get it.
Yeah. As soon as everybody's awake, I'll get you all gathered.
Can I say that Jazz woke up while Kieran was asking if they can allow her to bathe?
Sure.
Yeah, Jasmine will hear that upon waking up. And Thank you, Kieran. That was very kind of you.
Yeah, don't mention it.
I'm-
Cody does a stroke.
I want to apologize, by the way. I hit you with a very uncomfortable pillow multiple times in a fit of rage. And that is very not like me. It is not your fault that I am here, and I should not have taken that out on you. And I just wanted you to know that, because it's been weighing on me a little since I did it.
Thank you for apologizing, but at the same time, I probably deserved it. I've been nothing but it since being here, and, probably can continue to do that. So, just consider that advanced pain.
You probably deserved it from a guard, but definitely not from me.
Well, the guy said that hopefully we'll get a chance to clean up before we see victory, so at least there's that for you.
Oh, thank goddess. Oh, thank goddess.
Just be warned, don't get your hopes up too high. Been in places like this before. Cleaning up is probably going to be a dirty rag and a bucket of water.
Understood. It's better than being covered in nasty blood and awful. And I stink. And my hair is crusty.
Yeah, you're not used to this shit, are you?
Being in a prison where I'm forced to fight for my life? No, can't say I've been in this position.
If I lie to you and tell you it gets easier, will you believe me?
I can choose to.
Choose to. It gets better, I promise.
Thank you. I appreciate your kind words. I would hug you, but I am disgusting right now.
I am also disgusting. Please don't hug me.
Understood.
But we should probably get this guy up, and he kind of thinks about kicking Shivers, because he's kind of mad at Shivers. But we'll take better of it and kind of just shake him on the shoulder.
Shivers, as you wake up, go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
I will roll a Constitution saving throw.
Damn, are you on the cane again?
Is he gonna
No,
wake
but
up
I
and just
am.
have no idea who we are again?
Oh no, can you imagine?
We're gonna have to teach him about currency all over.
He rolled a 22.
Okay. Yeah, no, that is pretty good. All things considered, with a little bit of treatment last night, you were able to get not a great night's rest, but a decent night's rest.
Oh yeah, Maisie
Um,
got some stuff for him, didn't he?
Mhm. Yes, she did. She procured some cane.
Painkillers and some cane, yeah.
Yes.
We have not had any of the cane. He did have a little bit of the painkillers and a sweet chew.
Yeah. You awake that morning with not of the worst symptoms, but you do wake up with some intense feelings of sadness and loss.
God damn.
You
That's
wake
so
up
rude.
and it weighs over you like a thick, heavy blanket.
Son of a bitch.
As one of your withdrawal symptoms. One of the minor ones, because you rolled so well.
Sad.
This is why you don't do lean in the desert, kids.
Hey, everyone listening. I can't say do drugs. God damn it. I'm responsible. It's fine. Anyway,
Don't do ayahuasca in the
drugs.
desert.
don't do drugs. Shivers will get up, but I think with that horrible feeling, you might just sit there for a while. I don't know. This is his first time he's been sad. As far as he's concerned, the shit kind of chugs. She might just sort of lean up against the wall and, like, look down. She's probably still got a little bit of a headache, too.
Mm-hmm. You definitely feel the loss of your memories very, very keenly.
Damn.
Is he just noticeably sad? Is Shivers just noticeably fucking depressed as hell?
He's definitely noticeably sad. He does not have the know-how to hide how to be sad.
Jasmine is just gonna sit next to him. When I was younger and I was feeling sad or down on myself, my mother would let me lay my head in her lap and kind of just run her fingers through my hair. Would you like that right now? Does that sound like something you're open to?
Yeah, if you think you would.
Okay. She'll just extend her legs and kind of start laying his head down in her lap and just start petting him.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Rivers will just live at that moment. He'll be at slightly more peace.
While that's happening, Kieran is trying to wake up Maisie and Jordan from his cell, just by trying to chuck rocks at the bar, small pebbles at the bars of their cell.
Ding, 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 ding.
Stop throwing rocks. Boy.
Jordan, one of the rocks just like hits you and like some dirt kind of like gets in your eye.
I have a feeling that Joran probably has like a resurgence of a headache now since all that adrenaline from the day before is gone, and she just lets out a groan and just, fuck do you want?
Well, we should probably talk a little about how shit's gonna go down with this Victory person. Do you know her?
Yeah, she's boss. I mean, don't really, not like personally, but who she is.
Any advice on how to talk to her, how to address her, what's she like as a person? Is she just gonna laugh at us and behead us anyway because she's bored?
I don't know, we won her gauntlets, so probably not gonna murder us on the spot, but calls herself a queen for a reason.
It's about this time that the guard still comes over. Are you all ready to go then? Everyone awake?
Yep.
I'm up.
Jasmine will help Shivers up.
Shivers will thank her.
This'll be fun.
And then get up.
He goes about unlocking both of your cell doors. I'm gonna take you guys by the bathing area first. You'll be allowed to clean up.
Jasmine audibly gasps. Thank you. Thank you so much. Do you mind if I make a little request? It's so small. Please.
What's your request?
So if you have my things, there should be some bars of soap and shampoo in there. Do you mind?
You'll be allowed to get your things. We have them stored in the other room here. You guys are technically not prisoners anymore.
Oh my gosh, thank you! Jasmine just gonna hug them.
He looks very confused and kind of like bewildered.
Behind her, Kira just gives.
That's
how she is.
He like fish mouths a little bit, like how this beautiful woman is just hugging me now. You can see a little bit of red on his cheeks as he kind of like strains himself. He like dusts himself off a little bit. Kind of puffs out his shoulders a little bit. Right then. Please come just this way. we can get your things gathered, and I'll take you by to get cleaned up. Victory's a little bit, she prefers, order and cleanliness in her quarters. Or
Baby girl is at the front of the
office.
line.
That's okay.
And you guys are taken to, across the hall, and, it's like a storage area. You can see there are some, just kind of like spare guard, equipment, I guess. It's not like a bunch of keys and stuff, but it's like a break room, basically. And, in a chest, he kind of opens it up, and there's like a couple chests still open up, and in there are your things. At least what was on your person at the time that you were, taken in.
Thank God. Jasmine is immediately going through her pack. She's got like some cinnamon and peppermint shampoo that she's pulling out. She got a bar of vanilla soap. She's getting into it.
This
Oh, yeah.
including our weapons too, or is it just our
It is.
personal effects?
No, you are being given everything back, but there is an expectation that you will meet with Victory, or else you will just be brought back here.
I have no problem meeting Victory. Where's the... Can I go? Is there hot water, or is it just cold? Either is fine. I just like to know in advance.
It's water. I mean, if you set it out long enough, it will just get warm because it's really hot out today, but...
You know what? It's fine. Whatever temperature it is, that is perfectly fine. Thank you so much.
Right. Well, once you've gathered your things, please follow me. And he'll lead you guys, kind of out the same way that you did the day previous when you went, to fight in the Colosseum. Kind of leads you up to the, lift that you had seen the other day, going up and down, or across one side of the gorge. And, he kind of handles the controls of it, and it takes you down, to the base level of the camp. And you guys walk in a little further, and, kind of following, you can see that there are some people kind of going out and about this morning. They're going about their business. Most people are, armored. They have a silver sash across their chests, kind of marking that, yes, they're part of the watch. And, a few of them give you glances as you pass, because you guys definitely made an impression yesterday. As to whether it's positive or negative, I mean, that's kind of up to your interpretation, but you guys definitely made an impression. And people kind of recognize you, and some of them give you, like, a nod of respect, or, Nick, your character, Joran, gets a couple, like fist pumps, like, yeah, kick ass, stick it to him, because you, took your maul and you turned dire coat he had into a watermelon yesterday. And, you know, that tends to leave an impression on people, tends to be kind of cool, or something.
Yeah, she did do that, didn't she?
Yes, she did. And, you guys are led across the base area, which you are led kind of past the Colosseum you went to yesterday, further in, and, on the kind of mirror side to the gorge, you guys are led into kind of a cave area, and it's actually an underground spring, that you guys are led to. There's like 2 different pools, some more private than others, but you guys are given a space to undress and to clean yourselves. So you guys are, it's bad. You guys are really in rough, kind of disgusting shape. Just in the past few days.
We're 4 days from a bath when they got here.
Yes, they were.
Kieran was a further 2 weeks, and however many years he was in prison from a bath before that.
Yes,
Kieran
he was.
is straight up disgusting.
I don't even know what
Oh,
was
yeah.
going on with Shivers, but I know that every ounce of him smelled like dry.
The guard. No, go ahead.
was gonna say, I think Maisie with her work kind of has to clean as much as she can.
Oh, yeah.
At least.
Maisie's probably the cleanest of the bunch besides Jasminder. Jasminder obviously is the most
clean.
well-groomed
For sure. Yesterday.
until yesterday.
For Maisie, cleaning is a part of the process. For Jasminder, cleaning is a passion.
It is
Yeah.
a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so. You guys are given some space too. So the guard has kind of after has definitely been keeping a little bit of a berth from the radius around Kieran and Shivers because you guys smell really, really bad.
That's fine.
As soon as we got in here, Jasminder immediately started running to a pool and getting out of her clothes.
The guard just goes a red face, is like, I'll leave you to it, and turns around and leaves. I'll wait for you outside to lead you to victory.
Jasminder, I think you about stopped that man's heart like twice.
It's probably, but this feels so good. And she's just like detangling her hair and just, oh god, she's having the greatest time of her life right now.
No, go for it.
She does
I'm
not
just
care
saying.
who sees.
Kieran is respectfully averting his eyes and going to a pool like opposite of where Jasmine
There's two of them, yeah, and they're kind of like
And-
some rock like outcroppings to kind of
Well, no,
give
not
some
to be alone.
privacy.
He's just going to dunk whatever clothes he's going to be wearing that day into that pool, so as to not dirty the pool that Jasminder is in, and then just kind of jump in that.
Yeah, and you guys can see there's like a small stream kind of going through. It's running. There's some running water, but it's clean water.
Shivers will bathe. He's also going to bathe the little bear that he has.
Aw.
Might bathe that first.
Cinnamon and mint shampoo.
Yeah, Jasmine, are you are you like keeping the soaps and everything to yourself, or are you like kind of offering some to the others?
No, she has soaps to spare. If anyone wants anything, she's got like a milk and honey. There is a vanilla and jasmine here. She's using that one. She even has peach blossoms if that's something someone else is interested in.
Shivers does know what honey is. He does not know what soap is, so he will not ask for soap. But he does
You don't
know
have to
Oh.
ask. She is just giving it to you. You and Kieran stink.
That's
Yeah, after a few minutes soaking and doing like a pre-clean, because he was genuinely kind of a little bit embarrassed to be seen as dirty as he was in front of other people, Kieran will put on a towel and then walk over to where everybody else is bathing and gladly accept some cleaning products.
Here's shampoo as well.
You are genuinely too high of a
please
No.
stop.
This is honestly just the basics. I have a little to spare. If you need a comb, that's in there. I wonder if I still have my extra travel clothes. I can check. And she just gets out of the pool and starts rummaging through her bag again and looking for the extra clothes. She's got blankets still.
Again, Kieran averts his eyes respectfully.
Maisie and Jordan, are y'all joining the bath party?
Jordan probably waits a minute for people to get settled, and she'll kind of find a spot off to the side. It probably takes her a little bit because she's got to strip the actual armor she's wearing off. She spends more time actually like with a rag, trying to clean out probably where all that blood and shit came from, where with her head injury, getting all the between the smaller horns and stuff, and just probably just does not want to hang near everybody else while they're all kind of undressed. Otherwise, she'll just quick as she can just get that done and back dressed again.
Jasminder is so free right now. She's
Oh no!
up, walking around, no towel. She's
No
passing out
shame.
soap and shampoo. Does Shivers need help bathing? She can assist. I've had to bathe old people and children. No problem.
So you're now gonna bathe the combination child old person. Like I said, he's just distracted because he did just notice what he looks like in the water. So he's just having a gander in his physical shape form.
Well, while that existential experience is happening, because you can only imagine how long that's going to take him to come to terms with, I look like something. Kieran will pass along unused soap to Maisie if Maisie is in the bath with us, or if not, just like pass it back to Jasmine. But yeah, if Maisie's with us, he'll just pass it down the line.
Jasmine understands that Jordan wants to be alone, so she will still walk over there and just set some soaps and shampoos down. Here you go. If you need anything else, I am right over there.
The shampoo and like kind of see her own.
Never know, dude.
Jordan's a reptile.
Maybe she's got like a fur coat somewhere, man. I don't know.
She got hair.
God.
Macy's just been quietly like doing her thing and looks over at that. It's like, do you need a do you need a lesson in biology really quick?
Jasmine will see her blender and take the shampoo back.
Jordan doesn't know whether to laugh or to be confused, so she's just kind of got that like blank face of indecision. Like, what's to laugh at that?
Kieran feels himself getting comfortable for a second. That immediately freaks him out, and he very quickly gets out of the bath and goes and gets his soaked clothes and puts those on, so, they remain cool throughout the day. That's why he did it. And then just goes and waits outside.
I have dry clothes.
No, I did it for a reason, he says as he's poking it towards the outside with his bag, quickly going through his bag looking for his rum that he keeps with him at all times.
I mean, yeah, your rum is untouched. It's there.
Yeah, he goes outside, just takes a big swig while putting his armor on and waiting for everybody.
Like a Snapchat streak.
Jasmine is just gonna... I don't think there's a way for her to dry her hair. And it's not like I can press the digitation and dry.
Nope.
So we just got wet hair out here, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Let's stand outside. We're in a desert.
Yeah, she will comb it out. She'll grab her extra clothes she has in her pack, which is kind of like a, what's it called? Like vermilion sari, and start wrapping that around her. And just go outside.
It's a very dry heat outside. Very decidedly not humid.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
You guys eventually make your way outside, and the guard that had escorted you there is kind of awaiting you. He's got his hands behind his back. He's just kind of twiddling his thumbs. Very pointedly looking towards the direction of camp, away from the bath. So he doesn't see you guys come out.
We're ready.
Oh, is that everyone then?
Jasmine just does a quick head count. Make sure Shivers is there. Make sure he didn't get
hopefully
lost in his reflection.
Or accidentally drown out the bath.
Roll a drown check.
Please don't. You're in a bath.
Yeah, I think this is all of us.
All right. I don't have many words of advice to give you when speaking to Victor. Just show your respect. She means a lot to a lot of us in this camp. And he'll take you guys to what you can see now is a nearer lift. Because the Colosseum is at the bottom of a gorge and kind of up on each side. The camp is situated on each side of the upper level and then in the middle, like down in the valley. So you guys are taken to the lift on the other side, opposite of the holding cells, and taken up the lift all the way. Before, the holding cells were kind of halfway up. You guys are taken all the way up to the top. And you can see, as you're brought up, the endless expanse of mountainous deserts kind of spanning out. But you guys can see tents upon tents, kind of some, not ramshackle homes, but some recently built buildings, I suppose. Not a full town by any means, but, a significant amount of people are kind of residing here. And you guys are taken to kind of what is the heart of the camp. Really relatively nice, kind of half tent, half building. You can see it's well guarded. The outside there are two very well armed guards. Better armor and weapons than the guard that's currently escorting you guys. He takes you up and kind of gives a bit of a bow as he leaves you guys. And the two guards that are standing at the entrance to this building kind of gesture for you to go inside. And you can hear the very faint sound of some arguing. Not raised voices or anything, but definitely a heated conversation.
Is Jasminder's hair dry by the time they get there?
Partially dry. Not entirely, but it's on its way.
Hell yeah.
Jazz going in?
Yeah.
Kieran's keeping to the back of the party, probably behind the larger people in Maisie, Joran, and Shivers. But he's there.
Mm-hmm.
He's also probably pretty buzzed at this point.
Shivers is somewhere in the middle, because, it's not like, he's following.
I mean, unless someone's like, hey, let me handle this, Jasminder's at the front.
Okay.
Jasminder can go for it.
Alright, with Jasminder kind of leading the group, you guys make your way in, and you see a few individuals, actually. You see, kind of seated on a, kind of raised chair. You can see it's not a complete throne, but definitely kind of crafted in the image of the thrones of old. You can see the lavender-skinned tiefling woman with her horns that kind of curve and kind of taper to a darker tint as they curl around, and then a secondary smaller set of horns that kind of come around the front of her head. You can see long, messy black hair, and she is kind of cloaked in a fine silver, kind of not cape, but kind of off the shoulder cloak, I guess. And you can see she has armored shoulders, some leather straps kind of going across her chest. Her midriff is exposed. She's really only kind of wearing a halter. And she's not dressed very modestly. You can see a number of scars. And you can see behind her her tail is kind of draped around the chair. It's got a piercing, along with a number of piercings on her ears. And you can see some rings on her horns as well, all silver in color. You can see she, and her eyes are kind of looking over each of you as you enter. Her eyes are a bright silver to kind of match the silver cloak and jewelry, as she kind of gives each of you a very calculating gaze. You can see seated beside her an elderly elven woman, which is noticeable because elves are renowned to live a very long time. This elven woman looks, for the human equivalent, in her 80s. But she's got very kind of a wizened expression, wrinkles under the eyes, very gray, kind of thin hair pulled back. She's dressed more conservatively in what look like scholar robes. And you can see she's got a number of books in her, sat next to her, and she is currently trying to get Victory's attention. And you can see on the other side of Victory is a tall gentleman with very dark skin. You can see his hair is kind of pulled back into long dreadlocks, pulled out of the way. He's got very practical, heavy, beaten-looking armor. He's definitely looks like he's seen some fights. You can see a sword, a very large sword sheathed on his back. Jordan, you would know this to be Asher Rentari and Victory. You're not sure of the elven woman, but you would at least know who these individuals are. Well, you've never met the elderly elven woman. You do know that she is she's kind of a more reclusive advisor to Victory, and they each look to you kind of as you guys approach. The conversation kind of dying off. Asher kind of meets your gaze almost instantly, Joran. His eyes kind of narrowing as he looks with a little bit of, you can tell there's a bit of anger and frustration behind his gaze. But behind him, you hear a very excited Joran, and you see Sabine come around the corner and beeline for you. The rest of you watch as this kind of younger, probably late teenager, 17, 18 looking young woman with kind of similar dark skin as Asher, same kind of eyes, kind of same set of the face. You can tell they're probably some blood relation. Her coiled hair is kind of also tied back, very practical here in the desert. As you see Sabine making a beeline and just kind of wraps you in a hug, Joran. Before the rest can even really react or say anything, there's a human hugging you.
Yeah, Joran has kept her eyes on Asher to see his reaction as Sabine does that.
As she does, you can just see the, in, anime when, they, get really mad and the, steam comes out of them. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening as he watches this exchange.
The big pulse plus sign thing in their head.
Uh-huh.
Yep. 100%.
You said it sounded like they were having some kind of argument as we were approaching. Could we overhear what it was about?
Yeah, go ahead and make just kind of, I guess, retroactive perception checks.
I wanted to ask earlier, I just didn't want to ruin your flow of setting the scene.
No, you're good. It was a big scene to set. There's a bunch of NPCs in this scene.
I'm going to use my advantage from from before the session to take that natural 20.
Okay.
I accidentally rolled the 2 dice thing, and it's a 7 and a nat 20. I'm keeping that nat 20.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to do if it's okay. But for Jeff to go first, can I do an insight check, or Maisie do an insight check on? You said we were coming in at the tail end of that conversation.
Yes.
Talking.
Whatever conversation they were having kind of dies off as you each arrive.
Can I do a general insight check just to kind of get a read of the room as much as I can of how whatever that conversation was, how the moods are when we enter?
Clarify.
Are happening. Shivers is gonna really excitedly wave to Victory and Asher because those are the two people that he asked a question. They were too far away from him before.
Yeah, you.
This is a great day. He doesn't really remember what the question was, but this is a great day. He didn't think he was ever gonna see this bitches again.
Yeah, and the 10. What do we deduce?
So with your nat 20, Kieran, you notice you kind of cut the conversation. I'm gonna take you into whispers just because you're gonna pick up on things that, some of the others might not know. As you make your way in with the group, kind of lingering in the back, you definitely feel the buzz of the alcohol kind of running through your system, but your senses are kind of still on high alert. They haven't really left that state of high alert. And you are definitely hearing voices besides the ones coming from this place, but you're able to kind of tune the others out for the moment as you hear, first what sounds like a kind of gruff male voice telling you, I think this is a foolish plan. I don't know why you've listened to her. I don't know why you think that she has any right to dictate what we're doing. This could put things in jeopardy. And you hear a kind of smoother female voice. Now, you're really, I think, overreacting. It could be quite beneficial for us. I really am willing to give her a chance. I'm not sure why you're not. Really, I wish to hear her out, Asher. And I hope that you'll come to understand the same in time. That's kind of all you get.
So it sounds kind of like one person is arguing and the other person who's clearly in charge is barely humoring his argument.
Yes, it sounds like he is getting frustrated with something that the male voice is getting audibly frustrated with the others entertaining and humoring of something. And there's quite a bit of tension there. And you definitely kind of sense that same tension. As soon as you walk into the room, he's kind of glaring daggers at this woman. But she seems very cool and collected. You can tell that she doesn't seem too affected by his anger, and frustration at whatever is happening. But you sense they're not seeing eye to eye. There's more going on.
Cool.
So, let's make our way back.
You'll make note of that.
Yeah. And I will go ahead and move us back.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Hi, Maisie. So you said it was just the 10 that you rolled, correct?
Yeah.
And
I don't have no advantage.
Remind me what you were trying to kind of glean from them again?
It's just a general state of how. What is the mood as we walk into the room? Like, what lingering bit of a mood? Okay.
You pick up right away that, there's some kind of simmering anger and frustration coming from the well-armed man, kind of standing to the side, and, just a very calm and cool, collected vibe coming from the woman sitting in the chair. And, as she's kind of looking over all of you, she kind of grins and, will sit up in her chair. Oh, so I see. You've, made an appearance now, have you? I must say I was quite entertained by your little show the other day.
Shivers raises his hand.
Yes.
That was yesterday, actually.
It was. Now, I must say, while I was impressed, I saw a bit of potential in each of you. You see, you're hardly the first to take the bargain, and usually, well, not everyone makes it out. Not only did you make it out, but you made it out with flying colors. I was simply, well, impressed with the way that you all seem to work together. I have a bit of a proposition.
Maisie's just gonna be like, and what would that be?
A favor. To prove yourself to the Silver Watch and to work for me. No, I looked over your files. I was made aware of each of your situations, and if I may, I would like to apologize. Because, well, you see, my job asks quite a lot of me, and some of the day-to-day minutiae of who comes in and who crosses us can sometimes be left to those under my watch. And, well, we have different opinions sometime. And, Kieran, you would pick up with your I'll just carry over the nat 20. Her gaze, very briefly, kind of flicks over to Asher. And I believe that there have been some misunderstanding. You see, now, I was made aware of your situation. She kind of looks to Maisie, and
Maisie, whose arms are crossed and Stitches' head is poking out of her coat, like, I'll have you.
I have. You have my apologies. Had I known that you were simply doing your duty as a doctor, things might have been different, but let's say that the powers that be in Baron Sanser, it's a little bit of an adjustment. I run things from here, and, well, I don't think my orders were quite clear enough.
Look, whatever fancy title I may have to call you, you understand that if any of your own managed to crawl their way through my clinic's door, I would have treated them, including the very same ones who jumped me and took me here. Which one of them probably should get a checkup, because I'm pretty sure I kicked his nethers about as far up into his throat that he might be choking on them.
Oh, I heard about that, don't worry.
But if that's with him, fine, I just don't... You have a patcher in your camp.
We do.
I don't know
yes.
if he only treats here, but you gotta understand that Baron Sands has seen traded hands more than once. Jackals have been here, and before that someone else has been there, and before that someone else has been here. It could go every single month.
It could. And her face kind of... her posture kind of stiffens, and she leans back, kind of folding her arms over her chest. And I believe there we are in agreement. It's not the most ideal situation. And, truth be told, I would like to change things. That's why I've worked so hard to take control over the city, so that, well, you don't see the same level of violence and freewheeling that the jackals let run rampant. Regardless, I admire you, actually. I think it's quite noble what you do. To heal everyone without regard.
Can I insight check her?
Yeah, go for it.
Can I insight?
You may.
Just as a way of... Maisie wants to get a sense of, when she says that and turns it here, and just kind of through the conversation, is she getting the sense, like, getting any sort of tics from Victory, that this is just her saying what she has to say to butter her up? Kind of like someone trying to get her to lower the price on something? Or is this, as far as she can tell, actually a genuine statement?
She's definitely trying to butter you up.
Okay, yeah, no, maybe she's just like, oh, is that so?
Mm-hmm. Now, as for your situation, and she kind of turns to Jasminder as Jasminder's kind of chatting with Kieran in the back. I do wish to apologize for you as well. I heard that you were more just caught in the crossfire. Unfortunate, really. And I would like to see you eventually return. And Jasminder, actually, for the... I'm gonna say Jasminder and Kieran, both of you, make a perception check. Separate from the one that you made when you initially entered.
For perception,
Mm-hmm.
that is a 10.
Okay.
Roasted.
14 is high enough for you, Jasminder. You're a little more familiar with different symbols and such. You can see actually a familiar holy symbol necklace that Victory has. Interestingly enough, you notice the holy symbol of Perdita, but it is inverted on her necklace. If you want, you can make a religion check to see if, or if you are just suddenly mute and unable to talk. 10, you haven't really encountered a lot of people with, inverted holy symbols. You're kind of not too sure what it might mean. A little bit of a mystery. You're not sure why she would wear it very purposefully that way, but it's there.
Jasminder's gonna go ahead and kind of not call out that it's inverted, but just be like, I see you are a follower of Perdita as well?
Well, sort of. I know the people of Varensands worship her a certain way, and, well, I worship her in my own way. It's a bit unconventional, but... well, she is a shepherd, no? She kind of gives you a grin. Anyway, to business then. Because, well, some of you may have been brought here under, well, rather unfortunate circumstances. The rest of you, and this time she eyes Joran, Kieran, and Shivers. Simply put, we're not.
I have a question.
Yes.
What's the deal with him? And he points to Shivers.
Shivers looks all excited, and he said, "I was also going to ask that."
She looks very curious as you say that, Shivers.
I'm going to be very real with you, lady. He approached me in the desert probably like a week ago now, with no idea who the fuck he is. And then I find out yesterday he's apparently heavy hitter for the Jackals somehow.
Lady Victory, he doesn't even know what currency was.
Oh,
I literally had to teach him money.
Maisie just has her hands up, like...
Victory kind of has a fanged
apparently.
Victory has a fanged grin as each of you bring this up. You truly don't know the sins of your companion. He doesn't know.
Shiver shakes his head. He sure doesn't.
Well, I regret to inform you then that your friend here actually murdered about 9 individuals. That was before he raided one of our storehouses and killed another 10. So,
Kills literally a score of men.
Oh, he did. Not alone, of course.
Okay, you made it sound like he did that all by himself, and I was just full on ready to believe you.
No,
I was gonna say your men are kind of...
But he was leading the charge.
Do you remember who I
Shivers?
did it with?
There were 4 individuals, from the account that I received. But I'm willing to let bygones be bygones if you will do a favor for me.
Yeah. That was the point of the whole tournament, right?
It was. You are correct. Now, and she looks to Joran. If you guys are all still getting to know each other, then it's probably best that you know, well, I'm sure, Asher, you have a report on our dear friend Joran Bonebreaker here. And you see that at this point, the kind of gruff human man kind of speaks up. Yeah. A bit.
I already know in case you're worried.
He kind of looks between you and Sabine, who is kind of hidden off to the side. She hasn't been shooed away, but she's definitely, like, watching this with just kind of wide eyes, like, oh god, oh shit, oh god. Like, a little bit of panic in her gaze. And he kind of gives her a stern look of, don't you make this worse. And kind of steps forward. Asher gives a kind of look over to Sabine. Right then, I suppose I'll be the one to explain the situation. He sighs. Sabine thought it would be oh so clever to go off on her own with the help of Joran to try and... He kind of looks like he doesn't believe it and that he's kind of exasperated by the idea of it. Wanted to explore this old mine for magic. I personally don't agree. I think that our resources are better spent elsewhere, like holding Barren Sands from the jackals that are constantly trying to get it back. And he kind of gives a kind of slight look to Victory, like a little bit of frustration boiling over, but he kind of composes himself. So while we can't spare any of our own men at this point, Victory seems to think it might be in our best interests to send somebody unaffiliated.
Send 5 assholes who you don't care about if they come back, kind of deal?
Essentially, yes. He kind of, like, nods to Karen, like, yeah. You get it.
Well, at least you're honest.
Funny, considering I went in there alone with the kid and we were fine.
Yeah, that was before the jackals decided that they wanted it. Apparently, word got out. And he kind of looks over to Sabine with a kind of accusatory glare. And she kind of just, like, shrinks a little bit. Or she kind of looks down at the floor. Kind of hands coming up to kind of mess with her hair. I don't know how word got out, but it did. And now it seems... well, everyone wants it. But...
Can I make an insight check into Sabine?
yeah, you may.
We're insight checking children?
I want to know if she's scared of this dude, like legitimately afraid of this guy,
Mm-hmm.
or if she's just a kid who's in trouble with her dad.
Right.
That's very nearly a 1, but that's an 18.
You are keenly aware this looks like a daughter who brought home an F on her grade card and got grounded and her car keys taken away and got made fun of and forced to wear brightly colored clothes for a week.
One that's incredibly specific, Steady. We need to talk after the session.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
And two, so she's not, like, afraid of her father.
No, this is very much a teenage girl who is, like,
This is just a puppy who
embarrassed
got caught peeing on the carpet and
Yep.
is getting glared at for it. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, at least
Yeah.
it's not a
Good.
phase, Dad.
Because this could have gone a very dangerous way
Yeah.
if it was the other way.
No, you don't gather that it's anything bad. It's... Daddy-daughter disagreement.
Cool.
Families get along so great all the time, always, and it's not affecting either of their behaviors at all. And it's not like Victory is just kind of like, someone please deal with this.
I was very specific.
We'll talk about this.
Yeah.
We don't need to. But Victory, as Asher finishes explaining, kind of holds up a hand. While it may be difficult, considering the Jackals have apparently taken an interest in it, we believe that this could be a bit of an advantage for us, and very well a chance to prove yourselves loyal. And I know, given some of your past involvement with the Jackals, she kind of looks to Shivers, could be a chance to prove yourselves. I can promise you there are many benefits to a partnership of sorts. Does that sound agreeable? Yes.
He'll raise it like after she says, "Is that agreeable?"
Mm-hmm.
That's all right by me. Could I have my dossier though?
She kind of gives him a look. I think we're going to hold on to it for now.
All right. He's a little bit.
She kind of looks over the rest of you. Go in.
I just have one question.
I have one too, but you go first.
I think our questions might be the same. After we do this for you, can we go back to Barren Sands for at least a little bit?
You may. If you return successful, then I can promise, well, this wouldn't come without its own rewards.
There's no guarantee we come back successful. Magic doesn't exist. Let's be real for a second. But just if we come back alive, I get to return to Barren Sands to get my fucking donkey with all of my stuff.
You may. The mine is, well, it's relatively close. I believe it's half a day travel from here and about a day and a half from Barren Sands.
You had a question, Maisie?
Hi, yeah, I did. I need someone here to go as a courier to Barren Sands before any of this. I'll go and help out these folks with their whole mission and everything, whatever. I have an apprentice. And that clinic is not only probably keeping some of your people alive in Barren Sands, or was, but right now it's closed. And if she's unaware that I'm alive and I suddenly disappeared overnight, my apprentice might not be going back into there. And that's probably going to cause a lot more trouble there with anyone getting wounded, your own people included. And it's not. If I can write a letter and have that at least be sent, so she doesn't think I'm dead or something else, or someone's going to come for her.
Lady Victory, might I also send a letter to the Temple of Perdita? I'm sure they're probably worried.
Victory kind of turns to the side. Lorfina, if you don't mind, could you, just make note to send both a letter to the clinic and the temple within Barren Sands, and go ahead and send a good amount of gold to a donation of sorts for goodwill and continued cooperation.
I mean, I'll take the gold, but I just want to send my own letter. You don't gotta write that.
I'll have someone stop by later, before you leave. Give the letter to them. I'll send them as a courier. Does that sound fair?
Sounds fair. I'll make sure to write something juicy in there for them to read.
Well then, with that established, all I really require you to do is go explore this mine, see if Sabine here is correct in her theories. And, if you don't mind, we'd love if you could take care of that little jackal problem. It's quite the thorn in our side, and, well, resources are everything out here. If we have access to mines, we have access to materials. Things to make weapons and armor, a better outfit, our own. And of course, should you succeed, you would be considered among them. Anything you need, I'll see taken care of. But do get it done swiftly, or we will find you again, and I promise your accommodations won't be half as comfortable.
I don't know for these folks. If it's me, and now I'm adopted, I guess, underneath the silver hand, or whatever you want to call it. Understand.
Her tail kind of twitches. Silver watch.
Silver watch. Silver hand? Why did I say silver? Whatever. Silver watch. If someone comes into my clinic, I'm going to heal them. That's my job. You want to prevent that from being jackals, that's your own prerogative, but if they make it to my doorstep, that's what it's going to be. That's what a patcher does, or is supposed to, the good ones anyway.
I suppose that's fair enough. Are there any other questions?
Well, for me at least.
I don't know what all I can bring to this, but thank you for giving me the opportunity to do so.
You're welcome, and do take care out there. You have potential, each of you. And, well, should this be successful, I can see quite the beneficial partnership for both of us.
Actually, wait, one thing. Can we talk to Sabine before we leave? That was her name. Right?
Yes, and Sabine is kind of like half raised her hand. Yeah, I just, for, like, a second, because I've sort of been down there, and it would be really great to kind of, give him a heads up.
I really doubt your dad's gonna, let you come with us or anything.
No.
But,
question.
I would like to ask you what you saw, and why you think there's magic in there.
Immediately, Victory kind of waves her hand like, yeah, go ahead. And Asher does not look happy by this, development. But, Sabine kind of comes over a little bit nervously. Yes, hey, I was there. What did you guys want to know? I didn't get that good of a look at it, but I sure tried.
What'd you see and why did you think there was magic?
Okay, well, first, I heard a little bit of a rumor from some of the miners that have been over there. They said that they had just opened up a new tunnel, and in doing so, they had found a little bit of a ley line. It's kind of further down, and it was, brand new. They didn't know it was there until apparently very recently, and I just happened to overhear it, and I wanted to go check it out, so I pulled Jordan over here, and she kind of, gives a half, sheepish, oh god, I'm just realizing what I pulled you into, and I am so sorry look and then you can see it clicks in her brain when she sees that broken horn. Her eyes just kind of go wide. I asked Jordan to come with me, because I've seen her fights, and I thought she might keep me safe. So I convinced her, and she says that part really loudly, looking over her shoulder to her dad. I paid her to be my bodyguard, and she did a great job. And I was not kidnapped.
Did you see magic?
Yeah, no,
at
that's...
all?
I understand. Trust me, little one. Jordan can't get in any more possible trouble than she already is for what happened.
She looks
We
really...
need to-
She gives a really guilty, like, kind of embarrassed look. Like, she feels terrible.
I know you feel bad, but what's done is done. I need you to tell me what you saw down there. When you were down there.
I saw it. We went down there, and it was blocked off a little bit. Jordan should know kind of where it was. It was down a little bit, and then there was blocked off area. We went past it, and it was glowing, and I put my hand on it and focused, and there was this like really pretty music that started playing in my head, and it just sort of light started coming from my hands, like little orbs, and I wanted to like figure out why there were just like random little orbs. There were just light, and I don't know why. I can't explain it. I mean, they didn't think that it was important enough to warrant further investigation because it was just a few specks of light, and they thought that I was just seeing things, but I promise I wasn't. It's there, and it can be helpful. I didn't get it that long of a chance to stay or look or go any deeper, because it did go deeper, but I didn't go any deeper. It just sort of ended, and we had to go to make it back by morning.
You still got your map?
Yeah. She kind of pulls the pack off of her shoulder and it kind of rifles through it a moment. Oh, here it is. And she hands it over to you guys. This should help.
Good kid. We'll check it out.
She brightens. Please let me know what you find. I wanted to go and take more notes, but I couldn't, and now they won't let me go back because it's swarming with jackals, and I'm really sorry, Jordan. I didn't know.
Fine.
So the entire time Sabine was talking, Kieran kind of had like a sad smile on his face, just taking every word of it, listening to this person's daughter tell a story.
There's 2 questions.
Jeff, hang on. I'm sorry, Jeff. I'm pulling you into whispers. One moment. Just
No.
literally for one sentence. I'm sorry.
1 sentence.
I can't
An instant.
believe he's dead.
She does not look like your daughter, but she's about the same age as your daughter.
Well, I figured, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, she looks like she's like 18, 19, yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool. That was just what I wanted to clarify without like.
She doesn't look like Kieran's daughter,
No, but
but she looks just like Kieran's daughter.
Yep. I got you.
But, yeah, this is really...
No matter what you slap on me.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I left in the middle of your sentence, Jeff.
No, it's okay.
But yes, Jordan, you're getting kind of a puppy dog. I'm so sorry. Look.
Probably looking for a reason. It's fine.
She doesn't look any comforted by that. I'm just glad you're okay. I was really worried. I saw the fight. You were amazing. I am sorry. You wouldn't have been there if I hadn't, she kind of looks over to her dad. Her dad, you can just see, is like, just fuming, silently fuming.
Even Shivers knows his ass is mad.
Why is he even angry? Why is he even mad that you're so apparently associated with
Because I got into trouble and I might have snuck out of the camp without telling him that I
Because
was...
his dog ran away.
Yeah, that.
Scared.
Yeah, I ran away and he found out that I had gone and he didn't know why I had run away. I didn't leave a note or anything because I didn't think I was going to be gone that long. And I didn't want to get caught. So... she just kind of like takes a few steps back, kind of hands behind her back, kind of looking sheepish. Please let me know what you find. If you guys go to Baron Sands after, or if you come here, I'll try and find you. And she just kind of takes another few steps back.
Shorin doesn't say it out loud, but she's wondering how the hell Sabine thinks she's going to get herself to Baron Sands to meet them.
Immediately Asher is just like shaking his head like there's no fucking way. No.
So I guess we're hanging out until you two write your notes home.
Yep.
It'll be really quick. Just a few words.
That should be too. Ugh. It would just wake up. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm sorry I woke you up this morning.
No, you're fine. We had to get it anyhow. I'll start waking up. See if I can drink.
Lorvina, can you please provide them with some parchment and something to write with? That they might craft a few letters for the courier.
Are we getting mounts for this, or are we walking?
Well, it's only a half day. Will you be okay without mounts? Or do we need to fetch your great steed from Baron Sands?
Well, I don't trust you all to find Tegan and get her here without completely taking everything that's on her. So, and that was like a 3-day thing. Never mind. We'll fucking walk.
What?
I was gonna say, it sounds like you answered your own question there.
Can we take one of those carts that they took us here in?
Unfortunately, those carts are reserved for, well, transport. Unless you find some great quantity of something important. And even then, the mine should have carts. You'll find a way, I'm sure. And depending on what you find, I do trust that you'll tell us about it. Or... She thinks a moment. No, you should be fine. Now, is there anything else you needed?
Lady Victory, I know it is quite an ask, but could we not just pop into Baron Sands to get our things and go to the mine?
No, that would be... I guess... It would be possible, but the truth of the matter is, Baron Sands is a good 4 days' travel from here, and unless you would like to take the 4 days to go there and back, to the mine that's a half day from here.
Understood. I can do with what I have here. Thank you so much for listening.
Of course. And afterward, I'm sure we can come to an agreement on, well, where your own travels may take you. Sounds like a fair number of you may wish to visit Baron Sands again. But, for the moment, I believe that should be all, unless you have further questions.
Shivers goes to raise his hand, but he's going to put it back down. He'll just ask Kieran or Jasmine or later.
Jasminder's just gonna bow.
Yeah. Kieran starts making his way towards the exit if nobody stops him.
No. Nobody stops you. Sabine gives a little wave as you guys leave.
Jasminder just does a little bow to everyone in the place, and then leaves.
Victory looks very amused at the bow.
Right?
I think Shivers might just...
I'm so amused by you, Lady Victory.
As they're walking out,
Uh-huh.
Kieran is going to fall in line with, sorry, still learning new people's names, but Joran, and kind of do that, like, a light shoulder, like, hit his shoulder into her shoulder to get her attention. So that's the kid you kidnapped?
Yes, that's the kid that I got accused of kidnapping.
And he throws kidnap in, air quotes. Kid seems nice. Good
Is
kid.
too nice for this place.
A lot of that going around lately.
Kieran, you're awfully sweet for someone who's so grumpy. May I ask why?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you just seem to... there's a feeling, a vibe when you speak with Shivers or when you were speaking with Sabine, and even this morning. I'm just saying, you seem like a very nice person, but you're so angry.
We should probably get on the road to why it's all days long.
Avoiding? Understood.
Alright. And you guys, the guard is no longer escorting you guys. You guys have freedom to walk about the camp as you wish.
You have that map, Jordan?
Yeah.
Does everybody have everything we need?
Jasminder writes her quick letter to, how do you pronounce priestess lady's name again? Hot work bread?
Ruaz.
Thank you.
Ruaz.
So we're just gonna write a letter to my love.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's just something simple, just, I am safe. I may have gotten into a little bit of trouble, but we're getting out of it really quickly. Here's some gold. Do with it what you will for the temple. And I should be back fairly soon. And she'll just, like, put 50 gold in there.
Okay. Can I just take a quick note? So you said 50 gold. To Ruiz, and then sorry, Maisie, you also wish to send a letter. Oh no!
Yes, I do. Do you want me to read it?
I mean, you can if you want.
Alright. So, Maisie will, if Maisie is provided with parchment, Maisie will write a letter to Biddy. The letter will read this. Biddy! Ended up getting scooped up by a bunch of silver watch goons. They took me out with a few others to the main camp because I apparently healed the wrong person. Ended up winning some gauntlet thing, so I'm still alive, but they're counting us all as silver watch now. Yeah, it's stupidly complicated. Point is, I'm alive and getting yanked around to help them with some of their problems. Take care of the clinic and the folks that'll come there while I'm gone. You've learned enough, so you've got this. Just do your best and make good choices. Oh, To the Silver Watch member who's reading this letter, haven't your parents taught you better than to read someone else's mail? Keep your eyes to the road and out of your pocket, you scorched-bellied lizard muncher.
I will literally write that down in my notes right now.
Scorched belly lizard butcher.
Jesus Christ.
I knew you were going to do something like that at the end.
That is so perfect. I love it so much. Thank you.
Jasminder is now aware that, yeah, they just might look at this letter and they might pocket this gold, so she's just gonna keep that. She's gonna take that back.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I was gonna say, if she's writing the letter with Maisie like, don't do that. That coin ain't meeting anyone else's pocket but the courier's.
Jasmine just puts a line, Jasminder just puts a line through that in her letter.
Thank you. You sent me the exact copy of it. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I was gonna say,
I think my favorite insult is the scorched belly lizard muncher. That one really just ties it all together.
Lizard muncher hits hard.
It does.
Really hard.
It really does.
That's. I mean, there are lots of lizards. So
I mean, lizard is probably a primary source of protein for most of the people that live in this camp.
Lizard
Yeah.
muncher. That's
I know.
It may be less lizard and more muncher.
Oh yeah, we should probably get on the road.
Real quick, with Joran's stuff, I assume they locked up whatever was on her person, but is her, like, tent and stuff still, like,
Yeah.
set up?
yeah, she would still have like access to her tent. You guys could like she could take them back there to where all your stuff is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she probably doesn't have too much. It's just like a one-person tent and probably had just the rest of her travel supplies in there that she wasn't anticipating needing when she left the other night. So she'll probably just quickly take that tent down, pack it up, and get the rest of her stuff on her person.
they gave us our weapons and things back.
Mhm.
Yeah. Cool.
Can
Yes.
I,
What's up?
can I actually, like, as we're kind of getting ready to leave, can Maisie just run, like, do a checkup and everything with, Shivers, just to kind of help him? Now that-
Yes.
Realistically, she would have done that first thing, but because we kind of had to go to Victory first thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
Yeah.
definitely have time now. It's still kind of like it's just now like turning into midday.
Yeah, just something to help him with what Maisie, figures the withdrawal symptoms. Kind of
Yeah.
easing him out of that.
Okay, just go ahead and make a medicine check.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
Just to see.
Woo! 22.
22, yeah. As you've gone about your day, Shivers, a few of the more intense kind of withdrawal symptoms have kind of started coming through fully, but with Maisie's help, she's able to kind of help lift a little bit of the mood that had kind of come over you. You've your shivering has definitely gotten a little bit better from where it first started. You're still constantly shivering, but it's not as like intense.
Like exacerbated by horrific amounts of drug use.
Yes, that exactly. Mhm.
Yes!
Have you used the cane that was given to you?
I think she would work some bits of it into, yes, her treatment. Like small dosages just to kind of help with. Because if he is as bad, if he was as intense of a user to, like, do this to him,
Mm-hmm.
like this much of a memory loss, then she figures he was using, like, high dosage, like high tolerance, and having that much suddenly to just cut off and not do anything. Very, very dangerous. So,
Yeah. Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
want this kid getting DTs halfway through the desert and just
Yeah.
start convulsing. That would be bad.
yeah. So she'll, with her knowledge and with the medicine check, she'll basically prescribe him an amount that's not going to try, like, she's not trying to feed into the addiction part, but she is trying to stave off the fact that he could die from the withdrawal.
While Shivers is getting treatment, can Kieran hunt down bedrolls and a couple tents for everybody, just in case we do have to spend the night in the desert?
Easily. You're easily able to acquire those within camp. People recognize you from the gauntlet, so, and you've been kind of given Victory's approval, so.
Yeah, he'll hunt down, since Joran already has one, he'll hunt down 2 tents and 4 bedrolls. And enough water for 6 people's trips through the desert for a day.
Jordan, do you mind helping me really quick?
What do you need?
She's just gonna put like a blanket in Doran's hand and it's like, can you hold this up and please?
She looks a little confused, but she'll do as she's told.
Cool. Jasmine is just gonna start taking off the sari and putting on her clothes that she most likely washed back when they were at the springs. And are probably dry now.
Yeah, I'd imagine by this time they're probably dry.
Should put on the wet clothes. Feels nicer in the desert.
No. Wet clothes. Weird.
Yeah, Karen comes back like probably 20 minutes later with a backpack that probably weighs more than he does. So,
Karen is the overpacked hiker.
I can help you.
Well, I was gonna ask Shivers to carry because she's fucking massive.
Fair. At least let me carry the water.
I guess they hands her a couple canteens.
Yep. It's gonna carry the water.
Yeah, and you guys are able to secure enough water for the trip there and back. A few days. I think would be more than sufficient for you guys.
Deathminder would probably leave her big pack in Joran's tent and just take like her weapons with her and of course her own jug of water and jug of wine that she has.
Joran's taking her tent with her.
Oh damn, you're taking the whole ass fucking tent. Shit.
Yeah, it's not very big.
It'd have to be slightly bigger than average because Joran is like 7 feet tall, but
She takes up basically a 2-person tent, 2%. Because like in the player's handbook, every tent is a 2-person or 4-person tent. So imagine just a 2-person tent is a Joran tent.
basically.
One person's Jor, one person's Rin.
Alright.
Alright, yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to become an official member of Silver Hand. Woo!
Somewhere Victory
You sound
cringes.
so enthusiastic.
You know, I'm all for calling it the wrong thing. It's fucking hilarious, but she's gonna stab you if she keeps hearing it.
Yeah, perhaps we don't anger the person that threw us into jail and then into a fight for our lives.
Get about 20 minutes out of camp. Crazy.
Alright, let's get 20 minutes out of camp then.
Alright. Joran, you, having been there previously to the mine, you would know kind of the general direction that Sabine had led you, and with the help of the map, you're able to start kind of leading the party down the road. The road that you're currently taking is kind of the main one, across this coastal area that goes through Barren Sands and down further into sorry, I'm pulling up my map. Kind of goes through Barren Sands towards the Twin Snakes kind of river inlet. But yeah, you guys are able to start heading down. It's pretty quiet. Definitely a warmer day, but not quite as windy as the past few days have been. You guys are able to start making your way. You guys did start on the opposite side of the gorge, so you will have to, for the sake of time, I won't make you roleplay going up and down both of the lifts to the other side. Yeah, you guys make your way, and I need somebody to roll me a D100.
Let me do it.
Do it.
Put me in, coach.
I was also going to say, as they're leaving camp, Joram would have called for Oz so she could have him start scouting around the area as they're walking.
Okay.
22.
22 adult red dragons.
In my Taylor Swift era.
No, that's actually a few arcs later when we go into Cadron. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Shattered Lands. Subscribe and follow us on Twitter or Instagram to be notified of new episodes. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.